I was thinking, why not just go get a job working for the state government or the local government, for 5 years and qualify for a pension or something like that. Not have to be anything fancy, but if you're like worried about health insurance or you're anything. I mean, I don't. So I talked to so many people that are sick of their crappy old job, and I'm just like, why not just leave? Well, about health insurance. Well, you can get health insurance other places in a job that might not be satisfying, but at least it's not a crappy old job. Why not downsize your jobs is what I'm saying. Just go somewhere else. Downsize. Look, like I'm going to downsize my house when I get to the time to downsize. I was talking to these people the other day. I'm going to do a video. They gave me permission. I'm not going to use their numbers and say, this is Johnny and Janie, but I'll use their numbers. I'll probably do that when I get home. And it's just, they're going to downsize their house. They only got like $130,000 in IRAs and whatnot. They don't have a pension, but their house is worth, $650,000, $600,000, something like that, $550,000, I can't remember. And they're going to, downsize their house. They're going to take Social Security, move to a small town in Georgia, someplace in the southeast, and they're going to be fine. She's going to be out in the garden, and I can't remember what he does. I don't think he golfs or anything, but they don't need much, man. Their kids are spread out in the United States, so there'll be more of a central location for them to come visit, should the kids decide. But they're both their careers, they were in travel, what I'm saying, in terms of, not in travel, but they both traveled a lot through their careers. They don't need to do that anymore. And the guy was giddy as could be when I said, why don't you just quit? I said, I probably wouldn't have you quit this year, but next year, certainly. Work until the end of 2023, you're good to go. And, this is literally what's going to happen to me, my friends. I mean, hell's bells. Bills are coming at me left and right and freaking every which way to Sunday, man. Because, like, daggums, when you got kids and all this stuff, you never get out from underneath that. But then when the kids are gone, you're like, Charlotte and I just don't spend that much money on ourselves. We just don't. So it's kind of like, let's say I'm 62, like these people I think are mid-60s. They'll take Social Security and, make, I think it's $4,000, maybe $4,500. Again, I'll do the video on it, on Social Security, no debt. They'll net $200,000 after they buy a house in Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee, some southeastern state. And, they're going to move from Texas. They're going to move from Texas, too hot down there for them. And, they'll buy something in a small town of, the southeast. Live on $50,000 a year from Social Security. They got $150,000 of IRA money they'll spend, and taxes are basically nil. You know what I'm saying? I mean, jeez. All right, let's just say you're 62. You're like, that sounds good, Josh, but I need to have some money before I can do that because I'm not going to be on Social Security. So I only have $160,000 in my IRA. And that's not going to be enough to get me through until Social Security kicks in. I don't want to have no money. All right. Then downsize your job. Go work. I was talking to a lady the other day, worked for the sheriff. You know what I'm saying? I was like, work for the sheriff. Work for the freaking Parks and Rec. I mean, I can't. After I did my videos, the last couple of days I've done videos on, what happens if men don't show up and what happens if we don't have the baby boomers. I've got so many emails and comments about, dude, you don't understand. I'm in this business, I'm in that business, and there's no one here to replace me. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to a guy today, too. Let's just put it this way. He's done very well for himself in a very blue-collar position. Very blue-collar, but he owned the firm. And between he and his, couple of siblings, I think, if memory serves, they built a business from scratch, and he's doing just fine. Good guy, never went to college, nicest guy in the world, but he lived well below his means. And I said, you guys gonna do any traveling? He goes, well, I'd like to. I like history, but my wife, she just wants to bounce the grandbabies on her lap. So I just chuckled, man. He goes, so I'll probably go by myself. I said, man, if you like history, you got to watch my man John Levi, Levi, Jonlvei's channel, because he talks all this about like the killings in Sunnyside, Utah, and it just is fascinating, the unknown American history. But anyway, long story short, so this guy, because he's working hard at a blue-collar job, I said, your body's kind of creaky. He goes, yeah, I'm not as good as I was, but I still got a lot of life ahead of me. So that's fantastic. And he's just winding it down. But anyway, the point being was he didn't do anything fancy. He just freaking bust his ass, lived below his means, met his spouse, and, when they were young, really young, in the late teens, and I just freaking love that. I love it. Love hearing those stories. It's still, and they got, let's just put it this way, at some point we may need to worry about an estate tax for these people. You know what I'm saying? So we're working on a gifting strategy to get the money out of their estate, because gifting does one of two things. It reduces the size of your estate because that money is no longer in your estate, and the growth of you reduce the growth of your estate because the money that you gave away can no longer grow in your estate. Gifting is such a wonderful strategy. And so in this case, he's going to do 529s for his grandkids. And 529s are freaking great. I need to get back on. I haven't done a video on 529 plans for a long time. The problem is 529 plans, in my opinion, are very valuable for people who've got some pretty significant cash flow or pretty significant investment assets. Not that valuable if you're just trying to make ends meet like me. You know what I'm saying? Just because I got to pay off the debts. I'll worry about the freaking college. That's not my biggest concern. And I think a lot of people, they put college in front of their own retirement. I don't think you should do that. But anyway, so just going back. So there's a school. First day of school here in Fulton County, Georgia. This is it, man. 4 more years. 4 more years, Biden. 4 more years. And we are done here in at least school. We'll probably stay a couple more years after that. But I can't believe this is it. This is the last go-around for your old buddy Josh. Liam's now in high school. Ooh, kind of creepy. Anyway, downsize your job. So you're making 100,000 freaking digging ditches for scumbag but gumbag, and you're like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to go make 50. I'm 62. I'm going to work another 5 years for my full retirement age. I'm just really going to work for health insurance. I'm going to go work and do some, job, freaking, I don't know, freaking lighting fireworks for, Joey, the firework guy at the municipal stadium. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what it is. Like, if I get a pension for 5 years, it won't be much, but hey, what's wrong with it? Just go ahead and downsize your job, man. Anyway, just something I'm thinking about, just because downsize your home, downsize your career, or downsize your home, downsize, your career. But that a lot of times I think people don't quite understand what that means. I said, just get a job that pays the bills just to kind of tie you over until you're ready to hang it up for good. All right, we'll see you guys.